welcome. Welcome. I think you can see me. There will be some work on the floor today. There will be some work standing up, so I'm trying to position the camera at an angle that will do both for me. So I will do my best with that. So let's come into our quiet yogic space. Closing our eyes to help the withdrawal of the senses. A really nice long spine. A nice relaxed demeanor. Shoulders are soft. Collarbones are broad. Spine is ascending, so you have a firm root, but you are ascending. You're coming up the spine towards the crown of the head, towards the heavens. Nice soft belly, no tension in the abdomen. Nice open heart. Nice open lungs, open rib cage, firm base. We're going to start the practice with 3 Oms. A, U, A, U, the Om, Omkara. So we sound the A, the U and the on the out breath to make the overall sound of Om. In Sanskrit, the A and the U become O. So let's join our hands in Namaskar Mudra in front of the heart. Breathe in here. Breathe in lower, mid, upper. Again, lower, mid, upper, in breath. You can drop your hands, keep your eyes closed. Just let the vibration of the Om, Omkara, Akara, Ukara, Umkara, Om. Letting the vibration settle into your system, it really brings a sense of ease, a sense of peace, a sense of Sukhasthanam. That sweet spot where you are at ease. You can open your eyes and come into the room or whatever space you are. Maybe you're outside. You have to excuse me, I've got a little frog in my throat. So today we're going to practice Trikonasana. And quite often in yoga classes, this is a very popular and familiar asana, but we sometimes can find ourselves just making shapes and striving to reach a particular perfect form without realizing what the significance of the shape is and how it goes beyond that physical form and maybe a nice stretch or maybe a nice strengthening, and how it works on our whole system. Our mind, our breath, obviously our physiology, but also our energetic body and how it links to our higher consciousness, that place that goes beyond the physical form. So if we look at Trikonasana, Kona is a line in Sanskrit. So Trikonasana, 3 lines. And obviously it is triangle. So if you look at mathematics, they love the triangle. It's a perfect form. So if you you just draw 1 line, that can be thought as, okay, that is a kind of unity. Then you draw 2 lines, then you have some duality, you have some diversity, And then if you draw the third line, you have a kind of identity of the triangle. So the triangle is the first shape we can make with a closed shape we can make with 3 lines, okay? So, and it has obviously 3 angles. It can be different shaped triangles, but you know, we're looking at the sort of pyramid type of triangle, which has the 2 angles at the bottom and 1 at the top. So the base, it's almost like when we sit in our Sukhasana, or some people sit in Padmasana, okay? We sit like this. We are creating almost a triangle. So the head is ascending, always coming up. The knees, the hips, the legs are creating, and the sit bones are creating a firm base. So we are solid. We are really robustly connecting with the earth, like in the pyramids. And then we can have our hands out like this, or maybe we are making a mudra, maybe we have a specific mudra we want to take on. But the shape is a robust shape, it's quite sturdy, of the triangle in our seated postures. So it's a sound bottom, it spreads the weight evenly like a mountain, so we can become unshiftable, we can become really robust and firm in our foundation, in our base. And triangles fit neatly into other triangles, okay? They fit. You know, if we look at any spiritual practices in the world, whether it's Christianity or it could be Hinduism, but you know, we're looking at the Trinity. We're looking at, in Christianity, we look at the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And in Hinduism, we are looking at Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. And if you think of the ordinary triangle, like the shape I'm making now, with the base, 2 angles at the bottom, 1 angle at the top, we're looking at the masculine solar energy, okay, the ascending energy. If we're looking at an inverted triangle, so if I stood on my head now, okay, which I'm not going to do, okay, I'm not going to do that at the beginning of a practice. Yeah, I had my legs in the air, I would be an inverted triangle, and this would be the feminine energy, the descending, the lunar energy, the calming energy. So today we are going to kind of break down Trikonasana, and the word cone is in there, so you can think of it as a cone, but you know, that's just something that I'm linking to English when you see these cones on the road and things. But we're also looking in yoga at the trinity of Sat, Chit, Ananda. So Sat is existence, Chit is consciousness, and Ananda is cosmic bliss. So we're trying to also achieve a situation of Sat, Chit, Ananda when we're practicing Trikonasana. Well, when we're practicing yoga, but today our focus is on Trikonasana. So prepare yourself with some water. We're going to start on the floor and we're going to build up the shapes of Trikonasana from the floor up, okay? So that if you were a person who couldn't stand, you can still achieve these practices. So I want you to come into Shavasana, okay? So I want you to lie on the floor. I want you to lie on the floor. Make sure you've got lots of space either side of your mat. And I will do the best to get my whole body into everything I'm doing today. Okay, so we're just lying on the floor. And just make sure that your whole weight is on the floor. You're not holding any muscular tension. You're just lying down on the floor. Nice straight spine, nice long legs, nice long arms, nice long neck. So you're not like this. You've got a nice long neck with the shoulders away from the ears. You're going to bring the left leg and right leg to the left corner of your mat. So, you know, your torso is still straight, but your legs are coming to the left. I would like you to bring your arms overhead so that the fingertips touch the floor. And then you're bringing your hands towards the left. So we have to stretch out the side body, the intercostal muscles when we're practicing Trikonasana. It's quite a lot of work on the side body. And I just want you to, you could hold the wrist, the left wrist with the right hand, and see if you can pull the right wrist with the left hand and pull towards the left. Your feet coming towards the left, so you get a really nice stretch along the whole of your right side. From even your right ankle, up along the right hip, all the way up, and then come back. And don't worry about reaching the arms too far over if you have some tight shoulders issues. Just bring your arms back down, bring your knees in, maybe give yourself a little squeeze before we proceed to the other side. So we are building up on Trikonasana by noticing every single triangle that we make in our practice. Okay, and you'll be surprised how many we make. It's amazing, really. So then you're bringing your right foot across, your left comes close to it, arms come overhead, and then you're going to slide your fingertips to the right. And I tend to catch one wrist, which is the upper wrist, with the lower hand, so that I can give myself a little tug, but not too much, because we're just opening up. Really just opening up. Try and keep the back on the floor. And just a few breaths there. You are creating a kind of banana shape. Okay, a nice banana shape. Keep the pelvis flat on the floor. Try not to twist the pelvis. And bring it back. Bring your arms up and over. You can bring your knees in and give yourself a little hug. Maybe rock the body back and forth. Just enjoy opening up the side body. Now we're going to keep the knees raised. Remember, we're twisting, we're going to twist from the pelvis, from the spine. The twist from the spine, using the weight of the pelvis, the knees, the legs. We're going to try and keep the shoulders on the floor. Okay, we're going to go to the right first. Okay, so keep the knees tucked up as much as you can. And you're going to breathe in here and breathe out, and very slowly, and make sure you are slow because we are just warming up. Bring the knees towards the floor. If you can't get all the way there, you can always prop the knees up, but maybe they can eventually get to the floor. The feet can be on the floor if this helps. So I'm just stretching out. I'm keeping my shoulders down. Don't want to lift the shoulder up if possible. Hands can be placed flat on the floor, really flat on the floor. And you'll notice you're making a twist, but you're also opening up this, again, this intercostal muscle area, which gets really tight when we work at a machine all day, you know, on a computer. So I want you to breathe in here. And as you breathe out, I want you to bring the belly back and rotate the head to the left. Because in Trikonasana, we do use the neck muscles a lot. Now bring your right hand on top of the left knee. I don't want you to press down with the hand. I don't want you to hurt your knee, but I want you to feel if there's some resistance against the left leg, the thigh, or just the upper part of the knee. Try and get some isometric work done there by breathing in. And as you breathe out, resist the hand that's on the knee. Let the knee resist it. So you are opening up your shoulders as well. And as you're breathing out, you're pulling the belly back slightly. So you get a really nice twist. But I'm more concerned about opening the side. Couple more breaths there. See if you can really bring the knee, the left knee towards the right.
Without straining your neck, you're looking left. If it's too much, look up. Don't strain the neck. Breathe in here. Lift the knees back up. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe you need to rotate in one direction, the other direction. And we start again. Bring the knees right in into a tuck position. Hands are out onto the floor. Press the palms down so you have some support. Don't let it be floppy. Have some support for the twist because the legs are heavy. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Bring the knees in the tuck position towards the left. As I say, if you feel it too much on the back, put the feet down so you have support from the feet. And land wherever you're going to land. Keeping the hands pressing down if you can, shoulders down. Head can be looking ahead at just up at the ceiling at this moment. Breathe in here. And see if you can twist a little more to the left. As you look to the right. Bring the left hand up onto the outside of the right knee. It's just above, it's on the side here. We're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, we resist the hand against the knee against the hand, so we can twist a little deeper as we pull the belly back. Don't have to push, just think of the leg pressing against the hand, so don't push the hand down too much. Breathing in here and breathing out. See if you can resist and look further right, twist a little more. Open up the side body a little more. And you can breathe in to come back. And just give yourself a little squeeze. And really squeeze in tightly. Good. And we're going to, I got a lot of steam on my specs, I don't know why. We're going to stretch the legs out. Now you may need your, I don't know, rope, belt, scarf, whatever you've got going. I need to move away a little bit. I'm going to change my position on the mat. Okay, so we're going to go for right leg first, okay? So I am going to, as I say, once you see me do it, you might think, oh, I need to use something to help me with my leg. I am going to just breathe in and touch my right toe. It could be under the knee, because as I say, we haven't really warmed up a lot. We haven't done a sort of active practice initially, so you need to take it slow. And this may be where you are. You could have a belt, scarf, rolled up towel or whatever under the foot like this. Okay? So I'm going to start off with this, and then I will try and progress to use my hands on my toes. Now, we are not practicing the one where it comes right out and comes to the floor, okay? What I want to do is just open up the side body and also do a little bit of work on the hips, ready for Trikonasana, okay? So keep your left hip on the floor. Do not roll over like this. Keep the left foot on the floor, stretch up through the heel. Breathe in, and then let the right foot come out as far down as it can without the hip lifting on the left. We're not reaching for the floor at the moment, okay? So it might be here. Breathe in to bring it up, and breathe out to put it down. We're going to do that 3 times, so you might want to keep using your belt, okay? I'm going to breathe in. I'm just going to come to here. I'm going to breathe in to come up. And I'm going to breathe out to release. I'm doing that one more time, and I will do it on the other side too. Breathing in, lift it up. Now your knee might be a little bit bent because it's early in the morning, and even if you've got nice long hamstrings, you might feel, oh blimey, that's a bit much at this time of day. So go wherever you like. Breathing in to stretch. I'm going to hold my tone, asanas. Open out, but not to the floor, we're just opening the hips. Breathing in and down. Now with your eyes closed, just notice the difference from your left leg to your right leg. What is different? Just feel it. And I will turn around to do the other side because I think you can see me better. So we're going to start with the belt or whatever you've got that you can use. Any belt does, it doesn't have to be yoga belt. If you have the word yoga on it, they're going to cost you more. So, breathing in, lift the leg up, and you can be catching behind the knee. If you've got nothing to help you, use behind the knee or behind the thigh. Breathing out, keeping the right hip down. Has to stick down, it doesn't roll up. So you're not heading for the floor here, okay? These are warming up exercises for Trikonasana. And down. So this time I'm going to just use my hands. I won't go as far using my hands. Breathing in, see what you can catch. Breathing out, just open up as far as the body will allow without you rolling over. It takes quite a bit of warm up to get this leg to the floor. It can get there, but that's not our focus today. Breathing in and down. And one last time. Breathing in, stretch it up, catch the toe. See if you can keep your right leg long on the floor. Sometimes people will need to do this, bend their knee. Okay, but see if you can keep it long. And then open up just enough that the hip doesn't roll up. You might go much further than me. My practice is a little bit softer at the moment because I'm recovering from illness. So if you go further than me, that's fine. And all the way down, and release. And just notice how you feel. Where do you feel the energy? Where do you feel sensations in the body? Where do you feel the breath? Now I'm going to try and do something which might look funny. Okay, so that's fine. We can have a laugh on Sunday morning because I'm not sure I've got enough room to do it. So, I'm going to turn around here. So, can you see me? Yes, I think you can see me. So this time, I'm lying down. Again, you can use your belt. Okay, you can use your belt. I'm going to bring up my legs. I'm going to really stretch through. Now, you might be behind the knees, you might be behind the thighs. You might be behind the ankles. You might be on the feet. Okay, so we're going to breathe in here and we're going to roll over. Now, I rolled over, I let go of my feet, it doesn't matter, okay? So it's just, when you hold onto your feet, you know you're getting a really nice stretch in the leg, okay? So, once I'm there and my both legs are over, pointing away from my body, I'm going to leave my right arm down. I'm going to breathe in and out and stretch my left arm away. Now that's quite a stretch for me because I'm not loosened up. Maybe my shoulder can get to the floor, maybe not. But you feel a lovely stretch along the side, okay? Legs are pointing in opposite direction. You can bring the head to the center, depending on how mobile your neck is, how tight your shoulders might feel in this. Breathe in and look to the left. So you're really trying to spread out. Maybe the hands can touch the feet, maybe not. It's not, wrong either way. Okay? Breathe in, come back towards the feet. Try not to lift the head up. Sometimes it does come when you roll. Breathe out. Open again. It's a wonderful stretch. So good if you work on a computer all day long, okay? Now to bring the legs back, you can bend the knees. Okay, you can bend the knees and come back up. And give yourself a little hug. It can be quite funny, when I do it on my own, I don't mind rolling from side to side. it looks a bit like a panda rolling about. So you can do it in quite a fun way. Doesn't have to look completely elegant, okay? Breathe in, bring the legs up, and just see where you are with it. Just stretch through. You know, it's quite a stretch to bring your hands, especially, you know, we have different anatomies. My arms are not long, but my legs are, even though I'm short, I'm only 5'2.5" or something, my legs are quite long, and my arms are not. Okay, so I'm going to breathe in, and then I'm just going to come over. You know, don't worry how you look, just get there. Maybe the hands can still be on the feet, maybe they're on the floor, and then you're opening to the right. And allow the body to get there, okay? It takes a while for the body to open. It's Sunday morning, you probably thought it was having croissants in bed, okay? And you're on your yoga mat, which is wonderful. Open up here, look to the right. Breathe in, come back. Breathe out, come all the way back. Let's do it one more time. Breathing in, you can lift it up, down. Breathe in, lift it up. Breathe out, bring it down. Just see if you can really stretch through those fingers. Make the fingers really point outwards, like they will do in your Trikonasana. Keeping the shoulders level if you can. And you know, it's quite hard to bring the legs back up straight. You could do one at a time, or you could bend your knees, touch your toes again. Back of the legs, a nice stretch, really nice stretch. And bring in the knees. Okay, that's good. Okay, so not too bad said, I'm going to. So we're going to just do a nice lying down deconstructed butterfly. So we're going to make triangles in this way as well. So you can, if you're still lying down, please stay there. I wasn't sure what I was doing next, so I had to have a little look. And just open the legs. Feet are together, the soles are pressing together. And the knees are just dropping out. So let gravity help you here. You don't have to press. Now some people's hips will allow them to get the knees to the floor. I'm not one of those people, okay? So don't worry if you can do that or not. That's perfectly fine. But just notice what happens in the hips here. And notice if you take an attitude of releasing on your exhalation, how the knees will drop out more and how the hips will softly become a little bit more fluid. I don't like to say open really, because we need to also contain our pelvis and our hips, but there's more range of movement, and the synovial fluid can oil the joints. Okay, so just staying here for a couple of moments. Okay, breathing in, bring the knees together and lift them up. Just to make sure our back feels really nice, lower back, nice long spine. I would like you to breathe in and lift the legs. Point the soles of the feet to the floor. And just breathe out and bring them back in. We're just going to do that twice more with the arms. So breathe in, straighten up the legs as the arms come overhead and really lengthen behind you. Really lengthen behind you. So the fingers are going in an opposite direction. And as you breathe out, see if you can nail your belly button to your spine. Breathe in, it bends, and the hands come down as you breathe out. So inhale, lift it up. Hands come back. And this time on a full exhalation, breathing out. And bring it back. Now you can cross your legs, and maybe you can get yourself up.
So we are looking at Konasana, the side body, not just Trikonasana, but Konasana. And some people can't stand, so we need to be able to practice from a seated position. So come into a cross-legged position, just easy Sukhasana is fine. Or if you like Padmasana and you can achieve it, that's perfectly fine. So we're just going to look at the different ways we can stretch out the side body in preparation for Trikonasana. So I'm just going to place my fingertips slightly away from my body. Okay, they're slightly away from my body, just the fingertips. I'm going to breathe in and lift up my right arm. And just the fingertips away from my body. I'm going to breathe out and I'm going to take a side stretch. Now I can look up to the hand if my neck allows, or I can look down to the floor. But my sit bones are still on the floor, they're not lifted up, okay? Breathing in, I come back, really smoothly. Smooth, slow asana, yoga, hatha yoga with the breath is so calming for the nervous system. Okay, so breathing in, lengthen like you are longer than ever before. Breathing out, you come over. I'm still on my fingertips. Breathing in, I come up, and my fingertips go back. Now this time, if you're starting to feel warmer, you're starting to feel more open, you can encourage the elbow to come to the floor. Breathing in here, elbow to the floor, keeping the sit bones down. See if you can really stretch. Breathing in to come up. Breathing out, release the arm. Left arm up. Breathing out. Might feel easier on one side than the other. That always happens. I'm breathing in to come up and down. Just take a moment. We're just going to do some work on the neck because Trikonasana uses a lot of the deep neck muscles. We're looking up to the side, we're looking down. So we just want to do a couple of neck rolls, okay? So bring your chin to your chest. Nice elongation on the back of the neck there. Breathing in, come up to the right. And out. Then you breathe in. And out. One more time, in. And out. You need to keep the eyes open if you feel dizzy. Just wait a moment there for the neck to have some really sort of nourishing traction with the head pulling it down. And then to the left, breathing in. So we go all the way around without lifting the shoulders and back. Breathing in, coming all the way around. And back. And one more time, breathing in. And all the way back. Take a moment there. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out. Bring the belly back. Breathe in, look to the right. Breathe out to the left. Breathe in to the right. Breathe out to the left. One side might be tighter than the other. Last time, breathe in to the right. Breathe out to the left. Breathe in, central. Now we're going to come up into Meru Asana, which again is a triangle, so that we can stand and do our standing practice. So the way I like to come up is I cross my legs, I lift my bottom and I come onto my knees with my hands just under my shoulders, pressing my palms down. My fingers are not widely open, but they're not completely tightly closed. Tuck your toes, breathe in here, breathe out, lift your knees right up and send the weight back. Maybe the heels can't quite get to the floor yet, that's fine. Breathe in here and whoosh the breath out from the abdomen. Breathe in. Breathe in.
can crawl the hands back to the feet. Bend the knees slightly, because you haven't been upright yet. And uncurl.
Okay, so in the standing position, I want you to just open your legs slightly. Well, they're not slightly, they're wider than my hips. Okay, feet are pointing forward. So opening up, look at the number of triangles you're making. See if you can soften your shoulders. See if you can keep the shoulders level. I don't have my specs on. They say not to practice with your specs on, so I try not to, but then I can't see the screen because I don't wear lenses, so I'll wear them for now to make sure I'm here. So look at the number of triangles you're making. You can see under your arms, obviously the legs, even between the ears, the different triangles you are making. Now I want you to consider that you are at least a three-dimensional person. I mean, we are not, we're more than that. In yoga, we're five-dimensional at least. Okay, the Panchakosha. But for this exercise, I want you to think you are more than just in the front of your body. So you exist to the side and you exist to the back. Now as you're standing here, you're thinking, well, I'm just standing, but this is becoming a practice now. This is becoming challenging. So I want you to grow your fingers, grow them more, grow them outwards, press the feet down, don't lock the knees, don't lock the knees, breathe. Let the head be really beautifully balanced on the sitting bone, so it's not jutting forward, it's not back. Now release the arms and shake it out. Don't hold tension there. Shake out the legs, shake out the hands, shake out the shoulders. Maybe do a little swinging back and forth. So we're going to do the Eka Hasta Kona Kriya. Eka is one, Hasta is hand, Kona is the line. Okay, Kriya is movement, movement with the breath. One meaning of Kriya, lots of other meanings, just to help us. Okay, so standing nice and tall, feet under the hips, shoulders away from the ears. You can either have the left hand on the left hip or it can be just down. Okay, so breathing in, raise up the right arm. Breathing out, lateral. Okay, now some people have problems with shoulders, so they're here. So if you have a real problem with your shoulder, it can help you just to bring the hand up this way, so you get a nice, and then maybe as you feel a little bit more open, you can bring the arm over. So here, breathing in, you can look up, breathing out, exercising your neck muscles, ready for Trikonasana. Breathe in. Up, keep your feet firm, press them down, press them, breathe out, looking down, breathing in, up, and breathing out, stretch, down, press those feet, breathe in, and up you come. Close your eyes if you don't feel lightheaded and notice how you feel different on the right, if you do. Even look different. I think I even look different. Other side, pressing the feet down. Hand can come on, the right hand this time can come onto the right hip. Or it can be down here. Up to you. Breathe in here. Left arm is really long. It can be quite close to your ear, but not squishing it. Breathing out. Cross you come. Now your right hand can track down unless it's on the hip. Breathing in. Breathing out, looking down, breathing in. Keep steady with your gaze, keep steady with the feet, lengthen through the side, breathe out, look down. Can you lengthen more? Breathe in, breathe out. One last time, breathe in, and breathe out. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. Almost in half. Breathe in. Now, you can close your eyes if it feels safe. Just notice how you feel. Do you feel even? Do you feel balanced? You might feel more balanced. It would be highly unusual to feel maybe completely. There's always something with us that's a little bit off. Now we're going to build it into the Kriya where we move a little bit more in a fluid, flowing manner. Okay. So left hand can be here or down, breathing in, lengthen, and out. Breathing in, lengthen, and out. Last time, in, lengthen, and out. Up and down. Same on the other side. Breathing in, lengthen, and out. This is going to give you such a good chance of having a beautiful Trikonasana. Breathing in, and the feeling and the impact it has and the significance it has, not about it looking beautiful, but how you can feel at ease in the posture. And in, and out. In again, and let it go. And shake it out. Maybe your legs need to have a little bit of a shake now. You're going to try with the two arms. Please take a sip of water. Hydrated body doesn't break and injure as easily. Okie dokie. Both arms. Both arms. My feet are a bit closer. I'm going to open them a little bit so they're just under my hips. So both arms, lift them up. Now some people hold the wrist. I don't want you to pull. I just want you to use your both arms coming straight up. Okay, breathing in here. Lengthen. Breathing out. Coming to the side. Really see if you can stretch the arms so you don't use them to pull. Stretch the arms. Breathing in. And the other side. See if you can really lengthen. Pressing those feet, using the strength of your side body. And in. And out. So now we're just going to rock back and forth on the feet a little. It might be clear, it might not be clear on the screen. I think it looks okay actually. So we're just coming up and down. Just getting the center of gravity right. So we have to adjust. And maybe we sort of come side to side. One foot lifts, the other foot comes down, one foot lifts. So I want to bring the arms above the head. You can almost see the whole of my arm. Can't see my hands perhaps. So let's see if I can get that in. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to spiral, okay? So you're going to keep your feet, they're going to be pretty well planted on the floor, but they may need to move to accommodate center of gravity and keep you balanced and keep you upright, okay? But the pressure on them can stay pushing down. The arms can come up. We can start with the fingers. So I'm just going to rotate my fingers. Doesn't matter which direction they go. And then I'm going to bring in more of my arms, almost like a tree swaying. So use your feet, use your torso, your knees. And it's not that easy, you know, you need to concentrate, coming all the way back, coming all the way forward. Just completely giving the whole of the side body some responsibility. Okay, so don't swing the arms too much. See if you can use the side body and come to a halt. If you need to shake your arms out of the shoulders, a bit tired, do that. And then we're coming the other way. So nice and long and strong. Okay. And I can't remember which way I went now. I think I went this way. Oh yeah, I'll go this way. So one way will feel more natural. And I really can't remember, so it'll be different ways. So I'm going to change it up a little bit for me. So one way and then the other way. And it's really nice for the
strengthening lower back, the pelvis. It's really nice. Try and keep your legs a little bit fluid. And bring it down and shake. Okay, now we're going to do figure 8. Okay, so like the infinity sign, okay? We'll do it one way, then the other way. So breathing in. There's nothing really much to see when you're looking at me. I'm just going to start this way. And again, I'm thinking of my whole body, but obviously you can see and you can feel that the side body, and you can make it big or you can make it small, and you can change direction. You can see that the sides, your intercostal area, which doesn't get a lot, you know, it's thin here, isn't it? You know, even if you've got a lot of padding like I have, there's not much between you and the ribs. So those muscles, you know, they can become tight and then come down. I know that when I hurt my ribs last year, when I fell, it took a very long time to get those the muscles around the ribs to heal. And you know, I had to do a lot of opening up work so that I could get the oxygen there and I could get fresh blood supply and I could get the healing going. So you should be, and maybe the lower back there can also get a little bit of tightness. So let's just do some forward bends and just stretch out a little. So breathing in here, lift the arms up. You can soften the knees. I'm going to soften mine. I'm going to soften my knees and come forward. I'm just going to stretch out my lower back. I'm really heading forward with my arms. And then I'm coming down. I'm just going to rest my chest on my thighs, let my head hang. And I'm just going to do the same coming up. I'm going to press through my feet and come up, just lengthening my back a little bit after doing the figure of 8s. Okay, so you're thinking, Trikonasana at last, when's it coming? Okay, so it's coming now. So, what happens with Trikonasana a lot is that people have tight shoulders, and instead of opening up the chest, you know, they come over and bring the shoulder forward, and that leads to all these kinds of difficult moves, and your neck hurts, and it becomes horrible. So we're going to do it in 3 stages. So come with your feet, I would say, just wider than your hips. Yeah, it doesn't have to be too wide. As wide as you feel comfortable. We're not looking for a complete straddle kind of position here. So why don't we jump into it, and then that might be helpful. So come together with your feet together, okay? Take an in-breath and jump, okay? That's usually about the right distance when you jump out, okay? Turn your right foot towards the short end of your mat, and your left foot is slightly turned in, but not so much of twisting your knee, okay? Slightly turned in. One foot is definitely in line with the other, unless you have problems balancing. Open out the arms and you're looking forward. Now go for that lovely length where the fingers are stretching, 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 but the shoulders are not lifting. So soften the shoulders. I know it's hard to do because the arms can be heavy, but soften them, okay? So your feet are really, really, really planted down. I'm guessing after the work we've done, you feel a little bit more steady on your feet now, okay? You have a sense of the center of gravity. Now, remind yourself that you're 3-dimensional, that you exist in the front, side and back in terms of your physicality. And you're 5-dimensional at least in this, in terms of you as a being. So think about that. Breathe in here. Now see if you can lead with the right arm and bend the left arm behind you so that the hand comes onto the inside of your leggings or whatever you're wearing and your shoulder is open. Then you're going to come down. Now people tend to want to come to the floor because they see the pose in that way, but we don't always have the anatomy
to allow us to do that without compromising something else. So keep the chest open, and I'm going to just bring the back of my hand to the inside of my shin, and I'm going to do an isometric connection. So I'm pressing my leg into the back of my hand, and I'm pressing my hand into my leg. That fires up all of my muscles. I can feel the back of my thigh on the right opening. Press the foot into the floor, open the chest. So I'm not here, I'm here. I can look down, or I can, with some caution, I'm pressing the feet into the floor, I can look up. I can look down. Now if I feel open and happy, I can keep it here, this is fine. I might want to open up. I'm going to see if I can keep my shoulders over each other. Okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. Just notice how it feels. So I'm looking down. I'm really trying to press my feet. I'm really trying to press my arm into my shin, hand into my shin. And then as I look up, I breathe in here. And I look down. And I breathe out. Now I'm coming up, so I need to press my feet, breathe in, and come up. Okay, then you can just heel toe with your legs in, or you can give them a shake out and take a drink while we do the other side. So it looks on the surface to be a very simple posture. When you see it, you see it as one of the beginner's poses. But actually, there's so much going on. So much going on. And it can be a challenging posture. And I want you to feel ease in it. So initially, you might be striving. But the whole point is to feel ease, to feel your sukhasthana, your sweet spot where you become a triangle, as opposed to trying to just create a shape. So my left foot is coming out. Oh, I didn't jump. Okay, so let's have feet together. Got to keep it balanced side to side. Okay, just pop your arms and legs out. I don't jump too much. I don't like it on my knees. I'm turning my left foot out. My right foot slightly in. I want to be long. My fingers are long. I feel three-dimensional. I exist in the front, side, body. My triangles are everywhere. Okay, I breathe in here, and I'm trying to lead with my left arm without popping my hip up. I don't really need to pop my hip up. Okay, then I come down. Now I'm going to bend my right arm and come behind, and I'm going to see if I can find the inside of my leggings. And I just want to get comfortable in the posture and, make sure I'm safe. So I'm pressing my left foot, I'm pressing my hand into my shin. My legs fire up. I'm opening. I want to open my chest almost like I'm looking to the ceiling with my chest. Keep pressing into the floor. Keep breathing nice and deeply and mindfully. When you feel steady, you might want to join in your arm. Keep breathing. Breathe in to look up. Breathe out. Just turning the head. Keep steady on the feet. Breathing in. Keep the isometric tension going between the hand and the leg. Keeping you steady. In and out. Last time here, in and up. Good. And we'll just do one more variation before we finish and relax, because time has gone on. Time always goes on, and I wanted to build it up layer on layer. And it feels so much nicer than just saying, okay, now we're doing Trikonasana, and now we're doing this, and now we're doing that. It's so nice to spend some time actually exploring how we feel and exploring the asana and the breath and their significance, more importantly. So, bring the feet together. We're going to jump out. I'm turning my right foot forward. My left foot slightly turning in, and I feel robust on my mat. I feel strong. I'm three-dimensional. I breathe in here, and I breathe out. And I might go a little further down now, because without losing the length in my side. So sometimes if you come down, you're collapsing, yeah? So I take time. Breathing in here. I'm going to breathe out and come across. Stretch. Keep the feet strong. You might want to breathe in and look up to the hand. Breathe out, look down. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, look down. Stretch it. Come on, stretch, stretch, stretch. Breathe in. All the way back. Brilliant. Shake out again. And our last posture will be on the other side. So standing together, breathing in and out to jump. Turn the left foot out. Actually, I like my feet a little bit wider to go with the side angle. So breathing in here, breathing out. Breathing in, I'm just going to see if I can get a little lower without compromising my chest coming towards the floor. Then I'm breathing out. Stretch. Take a few breaths to find yourself. Pressing. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, you can look down. Stretch it. Breathe in, look up. And come up. Good. Shake it out. Take a sip of water. And you can come to the floor however you like. I just want to read something in relaxation, so I'll get that ready. So I want you to come into Trikonasana on the floor. So this is with your feet together. See if you can get the padding back a little. Now normally, you know, we're looking at this the other day, how our brain can be fired up in different ways just by putting the right hand to the left ear, the left hand to the right. Same with Trikonasana, when you just hold your ankles, you don't have to push them knees any wider than they'll go naturally. Maybe they go a little bit further now after our practice. How this kind of is boring for the brain. But if you put your right hand on the left ankle, left on the right, oh, that suddenly feels different. And then keep crossing over. So one hand is dominant, taking some just nice easy breaths in between. Just do this a few times. Trying to get the right brain and left brain to coordinate and work well together, and for them not to just go to sleep on each other. You know, to keep our brain growing and developing and our nervous system calm. Now just bring the hands on the same foot and notice how it does seem really boring then. It's really kind of quite strange, the effect that that has. The same if you put the right hand on the left lobe, as they do in the Hindu temples, you know, when they are going into worship, and the left hand on the right, joining the right and left, bringing it into balance. Yeah? And then swapping over. And then you have to think about, how am I swapping over? I do anyway. And one feels much more comfortable than the other for me. Good. Please come into Shavasana. Lie in Shavasana. Legs nice and long. Body. I like the head facing the north. So if you can always remember that, I will remind you when I remember, but for relaxation, head facing the north. Coming into a really nice relaxation posture. Bones are heavy, flesh is soft. Breath by now is likely to be shallow, not labored. Just doing 6 rounds of the Savitri pranayama. We're going to do 6 rounds of breathing in for 6 and just stopping for 3, breathing out for 6 and stopping for 3. Breathe out together. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. In. Hold. Out. Hold. In. Hold. Out. Hold. In. Hold. Out. Hold. In. Hold. Out. Hold. Last round in. Hold. Out. Hold, out, and release your practice. Just let go of all practice. Feel a sense of ease in the body, in the mind, in the breath. Just let go. Yoga is a method of spanda, visnishpanda, which means we stretch and relax. We take an action and then we let go. I'm just going to read you a little passage from the language of letting go about directness, which I've been pondering lately. Because I can be guilty of going around the houses and not saying what I mean and what I feel in a direct way, because I'm conscious of other people's feelings, and sometimes maybe that steps over into codependency. We feel safe around direct, honest people. They speak their minds, and we know where we stand with them. Indirect people, people who are afraid to say who they are, what they want, and what they're feeling, cannot be trusted. They will somehow act out their truth, even though they do not speak it, and it may then catch everyone by surprise. Directness saves time and energy. It removes us as victims. It dispenses with martyrdom and games. It helps us own our own power, and it does create respectful relationships. It feels safe to be around direct, honest people. So be one. You do not need to be passive, nor do you need to be aggressive. It's wise to be comfortable with your own truth and be around those who are comfortable with you. So with the next inhalation, drawing a deeper, nourishing, enlivening breath into the body. You can bring your knees to your chest, or you can take a nice long stretch, whichever you feel is going to comfort you now. I suggest you roll over to your left side for a few moments with the right nostril, the Surya Nadi, being activated by being prominent as you lie on your left side, giving you the energy to take on your day. Please come to a seated position to finish our session of Sharing is Caring number, I think it's 43. Keeping your eyes closed, draw your hands into Namaskar Mudra, and I will end with a beautiful mantra, the Luka Samasta, just chanting for people who are suffering still at the hands of COVID, and particularly at the moment in our beloved India. Luka Samasta Sukhinom Bhavantu Sarve Janaha Sukhinom Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you very much for practicing with me this morning, and namaste.